everyone, and welcome to Totally Trendy. My name is Sam, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love Disney. But that doesn't mean I am unaware of the fact that there are some things that happen in Disney movies that kind of make the audience go, I don't know how that would work in the real world. And today we are going to be putting Snow White to the test. Could you tell already? Once I said Disney, did you know what theme this video was going to fit? Yeah, I am testing Disney princess myths in real life. We are going to be taking Snow White on a journey today and going through the movie and seeing what main myths kind of stick out. Because there are some that I can already think of off the top of my head, but let's sit down and kind of think about this a little bit more. So let's say you have never heard of Snow White before and you don't even know what her story is. Well, Snow White is a princess who is the stepdaughter of the evil queen. I don't even know if she has a name, but she is the evil queen. She is a classic evil stepmother. This evil queen is obsessed with being the fairest of them all. Every day she asks this magic mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? And the mirror typically says her. One day, the mirror says, it's Snow White. So this really upsets the stepmom. She wants Snow White dead. So she hires a huntsman to kill Snow White just because a mirror said she was prettier than her. Whew. So the huntsman chases Snow White through the forest, and this is one of the things we are going to test today. Snow White is running through this extremely lush forest in heels. I'm sorry, and she kind of got away? What? One of the things we're gonna test is the fact that Snow White ran through the forest so successfully. Like, what? How? So that's one of the things we're gonna test. Snow White eventually decides to just kind of enter this house, sees that it's a mess, and starts cleaning because she thinks 7 little orphans live there. But little does she know, 7 dwarfs. The evil queen finds out Snow White is still alive, disguises herself as an old hag, goes through the woods, finds the cottage, and this is where we really need to remind ourselves of the thing that I thought we were all taught in like elementary school, stranger danger. The evil queen offers her an apple. I think most people would say no, though. And so Snow White takes a bite of the poison apple, and that is what causes her to fall asleep. But right there is another thing that we are gonna test in today's video. The notion that you could just walk up to someone, give them an apple, and like, they'll trust you? Will they? The end of the story. Essentially, Snow White is in this like eternal slumber that can only be awoken by true love's kiss. The prince hears about Snow White being dead, visits her little tomb moment with the dwarves, and kisses her. But anyways, we're also gonna test true love's kiss. So we have 3 pretty big things to test: running through the woods, giving apples to strangers, and true love's kiss. But before we get to testing those, we have to become Snow White. If this isn't gonna get us the closest we can get, I don't know what would. I feel like a princess. I got this costume on Amazon, and I also got one of these hoop buddies to help it feel more princess-like, and I could just do this forever. I still have to do the wig and add a few different makeup touches, and then we just need to kind of talk about like how to act like Snow White. So right now I'm just adding on like the tiniest bit of eyeliner. And we all know Snow White is quite literally the fairest of them all. She's very, very pale, but she does have very rosy cheeks. I'm just gonna put on some blush, right? And it's time for the lips. It's official, we're Snow White. I did used to do princess parties back in Tennessee. I was never Snow White though. So I feel like it's gonna take me a second to try and like get into character for some of these bits. I am just gonna look up kind of like a Snow White Disneyland. So much? You gave me a hug last time and I loved it so much. Oh man, she does it much higher than I thought it was gonna be. It's just very polite, okay? Very concerned. Snow White is always concerned. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, isn't it? So first, okay, 2 seconds. First, we are going to see if people will accept a chocolate apple. Now, these are perfectly fine apples. I just covered 3 green apples in chocolate. They're perfectly fine to eat. But we are gonna see if people are even slightly suspicious. Now, I am not a stranger to these people, but fundamentally, this is still gonna test one of the myths we discussed, where people will receive a gift that they don't know what it is. I'm a princess!
Oh my goodness, Sam.
I'm a princess!
Wow, this is really on point. That's awesome.
Let's go!
Let me get that door for you.
Thank you.
That wasn't even funny. Why did she giggle at that?
I'm just so happy all the time. They sound so serious. They're talking business. I don't think we should bother them. I don't think we should bother these people as they're talking business.
Oh my gosh!
Hi.
Can I hug you?
What's your name? Oh, sure. Don't tell the prince.
I hate this so much. The little laughs kill me.
It's okay, he's shy. We have a bashful at my cottage too.
Oh my gosh, I hate this so much. She's so good.
I wanted to come visit you all at Battle Universe because I've heard you've been working a long, hard day.
Yeah?
Well, do you whistle while you work? Like I do?
No.
No. Anyway, I brought you all a treat. Would you like one?
What is it? Poison? Is it chocolate covered apple?
Perhaps.
It's a tennis ball.
But you are taking a risk.
I'm nervous.
These are all good words. See? Yours ended up being okay. It's a green apple. Now today we are talking about Disney myths, and we are talking about the fact that I just took an apple from a stranger in the middle of the woods. That's so dangerous, kids.
It is, don't do that. They're really good. They got chocolate on it.
No.
Continue to do it all the time.
No, let's go. Oh. He's much taller than a dwarf. I don't see people this tall that often. Oh,
What are you
now
talking
you look
about?
like grumpy.
What are you talking about?
Oh, hello.
Oh my gosh.
See, these are our other friends. Hi. I don't like her.
You're doing that way too well. Wait for the giggles.
There are so many grumpies in this office. Now you look like bashful. I wanted to offer you a treat.
Why? Am I gonna be poisoned or not?
These people have learned their lesson. I know I'm a stranger. Are you gonna take the risk?
No.
Very good. That is so smart. She's much wiser than I was. The next myth that we are going to be talking about is the fact that I run through a forest in heels and while a huntsman chases me. The huntsman is going to chase me through the woods. You start on the side of the forest. You go through the left, around these trees here, this way, and then through the last two trees, away from the castle.
Gotcha.
That's where my evil stepmother is.
3, 2, 1, go.
Snow White gets the first one.
I gave you an extra second.
You gave me a 3-second head start? Okay, now let's try with a 2-second head start.
All right, one more.
Let's try it again.
But you made it. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoulder grab! Why are you running?
It looks like this movie was fairly accurate with the notion of running through the forest in heels no matter how high is very hard. After all this running, I think it is time to test the next myth. Can true love's kiss awaken you from your sleep? Now, I am just gonna take a normal nap and see if a kiss will awaken me from my slumber. Ideally, my boyfriend would be in town to film this video, but he is not. So, I have asked Catherine to come into the studio while I am sleeping and use these fake lips to smack me in the face. Good night. This is really nice.
1 hour later.
Hey guys, what's up? So let's see if this wakes her up. I'm using this. Calm down.
It worked! Part of me really didn't want that to work. But also that was so disorienting.
It honestly just felt weird just being like,
I seriously feel like that was like a decent little nap. I didn't think it was gonna work on the first one though.
it did.
But that was so disorienting because, okay, like no, it didn't feel like a kiss. I felt like paper. It's incredible how tired I still am. Like as you guys saw, I was actually really surprised that just the like piece of paper rubbing on my chin and like the bottom of my nose too woke me up, but it did. As far as like actually being woken up by a kiss, yeah, it works. I am truly surprised that 2 out of 3 of these myths that we talked about today like are real. I have had so much fun doing this video. If you guys want to see me live a day as any other Disney princess, please comment it down below and give this video a lot of love and likes so I know that you guys want to see this again. I will see you all later. Don't forget to subscribe. Ta-ta, bye. That felt so cool.